guess at what volume levels to set us, and we'll find out if that works later on. All
Dan
right.
Brooks Open Gamble.
Hi there, YouTube. I'm here with RTT
Hi.
for the third Quarantine Cup, and we're gonna watch Amo and Dan Brooks play. So it's exciting that Dan Brooks has joined us today.
Ooh, the gamble chain.
Yeah, the triple gamble.
Turn 3. And both of their scraps miss the estates. This looks like a groundskeeper stack game.
Yeah, I guess you can feed horses to your processions.
Uh-huh.
Should be quite
And
nice.
then you process processions to gain more groundskeepers.
Yeah.
Or you way off the red a groundskeeper to get another one.
Mm-hmm.
That split might be important.
Yeah. I had some technical difficulties today. Yesterday, I poured a bottle of water into my keyboard, and then it kind of worked, I guess, while it was soaking wet. But today, it didn't work so well. Right as I
Was it
was
just a
trying,
keyboard or a notebook?
it's just a keyboard. But
Okay.
I was trying to get everything set up for this and get the OBS all running, and I couldn't do it.
We see the limitations of scrap here. Dan Brooks twice now. Once he, not scrap, the limitations of gamble.
Yeah.
Once he gambled into a horse that he didn't want to play.
Uh,
And then he gambled into a scrap but played all the coppers.
yeah. Amo had the same thing
Yeah.
on the scrap reveal.
But man, they have a nice playing speed. There are 2 bridge trolls and a bunch of groundskeepers should be the deck they want to build for.
Yeah.
Or you could try for a mega turn with bridge trolls.
I mean, yeah, you could probably make the mega turn work with procession, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess processioning bridge trolls isn't so mega.
No, but you can procession it Smithy for the
But
draw.
everything else you can get into.
Or you could gamble a lot on your mega turn for more bridge trolls. Like you buy a bridge troll, you gamble it, and then you have more cost reduction. Costs a bunch of money.
I need it.
Way off the red. Processing a groundskeeper. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a little weird. Did he get
At least I would
much of
have.
a turn out of it?
At least the second play could have been way off the red instead of drawing a copper. This is kind of nice to get clean.
Papa,
Yeah.
um, okay.
3 processions, 2 bridge trolls. I guess, yeah, gambling your bridge trolls is pretty nice. I wonder if these decks will ever come together and actually have a turn. I'm a bit surprised no one took a develop either, which could be quite nice here for getting your gains. I think RTT is going to babysit. There's not really piles low enough to say that you think, well, maybe Ammo can do something here. He's not too far from it in any case. Don't know if he'll have the money or the actions. There's also this bridge troll scrap interaction isn't too favorable with the cost reduction. The scrap.
Okay, I'm back.
The scrapped silvers are kind of not doing a lot because they're only $2.
Lots of processions in
I'm
play.
surprised there have been no results come in yet. So hopefully it's not because the results thing is broken.
Hopefully it's not because lag is slowing the games down.
Either of those things, technical difficulties on whatever end.
Okay, we have 2-3 bridge trolls in play and no money. That's bad.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to actually put something together or not.
Oh man, it's turn 15. No one has any points. This is...
I mean,
both of them are living on the edge.
yeah, they don't really have decks that can score points. They just have decks that can do some piles.
It's just dancing around the piles and no one dares to score.
But now the piles, like, Ammo lowered so much, but he didn't finish. Like, I kind of have to believe Dan would be able to, but I guess he doesn't have any bridge trolls in play, so.
It will be hard to get more than one bridge troll in play with the procession chain.
Yeah. But even if he got, actions are tough here.
And he has no money.
Yeah.
This...
If he could get, it's just not.
spinning.
It's just not
This is
gonna
a
work.
lot of spinning.
It's never gonna work. They need a cantrip. They need like any cantrip, and it would.
If they just had horses.
Yeah.
Okay, he gains a lot of groundskeepers. Those are at least cantrips. Do you buy like a state and fear? Not really, right? There's a develop. That's good.
Yeah. You have to like buy. I don't
So-
even know. It's hard to
no
fuel
money.
the scraps because of the bridge trolls. Maybe you just don't mess around with the bridge trolls till late. Because they make the scraps so terrible. To have one in play is really bad for the scraps. I guess I can check the queue to see if anyone's come back. It doesn't seem like they have, so.
Okay. So at least Dan could score now if he can't end it. Like a little bit, one estate doesn't hurt. And gets a good amount of points.
Yeah.
Or you scrap, gamble it to gain a horse. Oh. fashion to develop.
He doesn't even get a. Oh, he'll get Anastasia. No, he did. Okay, I want to stay.
Well, how did he buy that? Oh, the scrap gave
The scrap
plus
gave
one
him a buck.
coin. Okay. Ammo doesn't care. Lowers more.
How do you get 4 trolls going, Mike?
Yeah, that's pretty hard. Especially if you only have 2.
Like ever. How do you
Okay.
get...
Like Bridge Troll Big Money would have done better.
Well, a
than
lot of
this.
things would have done better.
Groundskeeper Money.
They're on turn 18.
Or just Dutchy Duke.
That was fun.
Still, Dan Brooks wins. Okay, let's see which game starts now. We have Psychomatic, maybe.
Yeah.
With is the question. With who?
We can
Probably
just-
Ammo or Dan Brooks.
I hope Dan remembers to... We can go to Psycho.
Okay. Ammo and Psycho found themselves. Or each other. uh, rebuild. Okay, this is some speed. Get a sauna stack. Just displace into Avanto and buy the silver back. If you want another silver, I guess.
Oh no, my results aren't. Well, they're going to the spreadsheet, but they're not going to the
Oh,
You just commentate the game while I figure this out.
yeah, well, it's a rush for saunas and Avantos. Spice Merchant trash. Then they will build into maybe some displays. Payload looks good. Charm is also a good card here with the 5s being kind of strong. Okay. It's probably second Avanto and a I don't know, another charm, I guess. So it looks like Psycho only has 1 sauna, but it's probably fine. He has the Mastermind now in play. Ghost Ship will not hurt much. Yeah, 4 saunas for Amo, and he's really clean, so probably looks very good for him. Relic, Avanto, Mastermind, yeah. There's no really a reason to get more Avantos for Psycho, other than Denial. Or I guess if he wants another Smithy. Okay, Psychomatic cleaned up well, and they are now kind of even. Rose Chip plus Relic usually is kind of brutal. I guess it is here too if you don't have a Mastermind coming up. Yeah, this Ghost Chip Relic will kill Psychomatic's turn. Well, it would have killed it even without Relic. I guess the turn now looks just like play Mastermind didn't pass. That's pretty bad in the state of the game. So, yeah, sure, replaced the in, but still doesn't do much more. And it will again be dead the turn. Wow. All the Avantos are bottom decked, so yeah. Well, all the 2 Avantos. That's really bad. Okay, yeah. Resign is reasonable. Okay, we have
Amo takes him over.
Warfred, maybe.
Yeah, Warfred
They
and
are-
Libby aren't too far.
Yeah, on turn 3. Okay, we have Villa Quarry and draw. And Madman. This looks like it could get pretty crazy. Oh, why didn't he play the Madman? Interesting. Oh, Villa, but still. Still seems a bit weird if you play the Madman now for 3 cards. Could have just not played all those coppers. Yeah. Cemetery? What? Did he just pass? He has to play the Villa for a buy. Nope, just passes. I mean, undo exists, but seems to not care. Citadel will be good. They should try to get it. Citadel will not be good. Was thinking you play a Swashbuckler twice and then you buy a Villa, but maybe that's not that great when everything else is so cheap. Could have used the quarries to trash here. Play 2 quarries, buy a villa and a cemetery, then you get also the ghost.
Has no one lined up 2 quarries yet, I guess? No?
Of course they have, but they don't want to buy out the villas.
Why not? Don't they know you don't want the other person to have them?
I don't know if I want 10 villas. This also seems pretty bad, but
No, but
on the other hand,
what do you do
being
if you
the
don't
one-
have any villas here? You can't do anything.
yeah, you play gear money.
You just lose. There's no reason, especially to leave villas for them to have on their turn that they can use.
Well, piling villas here
Yeah, absolutely.
makes. Doesn't that open up a pile out?
I don't know. You can score, right? You can buy a duchy. You can even buy a province.
Mhm.
You absolutely empty the villas here. No,
They play it nice.
no.
This turn would be dead without a villa.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's not the whole point, but it's the main point, in my opinion.
Do you have a link to the spreadsheet that isn't the released one? Where it only updates every 5 minutes?
Yeah, I can send you that. I guess. If you send me an email, I'll just do it that way. If you DM me an email.
Okay. So, it's surprising no one has the chest yet. Given that swashbucklers are empty.
I'm just depressed every time I look back at this screen and see the villas are still here. Yeah, this is a win. This was definitely. I mean, I didn't watch everything, but I certainly saw a point where if Alibi had taken all the villas, he would have almost 100% won this game.
Oh, it's over.
So people need to do that. Take the villas.
Don't look back.
Exactly. We can watch Anders and Warfrat. If Anders isn't... Anders may already be in a game, though. Oh, he is. Never mind. We could try Dan again. Nope, he's just got a... Well, Alibi is looking, so...
No procession. Way of the goat. Also nice.
We only have about 16
That's
people
trash.
playing right now, so... About half compared to the previous weeks.
That's nice. Means the curve has been flattened.
No. It just means people are... It just means people are tired of quarantine cups.
Hey,
I
you could
guess.
have played the peasant as way of the goat and still
I'm still exchanged, yeah.
changed.
That would have been good. Dan missed it too. I don't think you want a goat herd more than just trashing an estate.
Yeah, or buy another peasant could have been great.
Yeah. Libby's gonna get to draw a lot here on this goat
Yeah,
herd.
usually goat herd is pretty weird to play with.
I don't
I
think
mean,
it's very needed here.
I had games where
Though I guess they're getting
we all
Spice
had it.
Merchant and stuff, so maybe it's just good.
we all had a bunch of goat herds, but always just cantrip them all and only trashed one card to not help the opponent too much. Kind of interesting that you first trash and then draw the cards, and not the other way around. Would be stronger then, of course, but usually you draw first with all, well, not all the cards, but it's not the draw isn't dependent on the trash, so. Maybe there's a story from Donald behind that. Or it just happened to be that way. No labyrinth points taken yet.
Trying to put my scoreboard up on OBS. Just do the top four. Beautiful. So far, we have Anders and Warfrat tied with 10.
Folivora.
Followed by Dan Brooks with 7.
What's with Folivora? Also has 10.
Oh, well, I didn't look at the live. Okay, it's updated. And Folivora with 10.
And they're speeding Psychomatic and Lemon Spawn. Impressive. Three is the most. Okay. Looks like a game where you want teacher to me. And I also wouldn't dislike a bunch of torturers.
Who could? Oh, that didn't work.
Torturer, chain, and then soldier payload.
Whatever. One of Folivar's games went away? No, I'm just... My spreadsheet's behaving oddly.
Oh, you are just looking at the spreadsheets.
Well,
But at least there's
I'm having
guide.
I'm having some technical difficulties. I'm trusting you to carry
Okay.
the commentary. Put it on your back and just,
Pretty nice kingdom actually with torturer being there, but you also have guide, so you can just discard the whole hand if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Alabi should have done that instead of taking the two curses.
Does he have some guides? He does. Yeah, I agree. That seems like fair. I mean, I guess if you really like the starting hand,
One Steward play
you're
isn't
probably
that bad.
going to be able to trash it if the starting hand looks nice enough for you. So Alibi gets his actions on Steward.
He has 4 of them now, so makes sense.
This order is all a bit weird. Well, I guess he's just planning not to play those.
It's the last card.
I would play with Kiln here, probably.
We have Kiln and Disciple, all the
Yeah,
gains.
you can do both.
Mid-turn.
Yeah. I assume Dan's just going to start running away now. Based on the fact that he has 3 disciples.
Oh man. No, it's getting a bit hard with the curse gaining.
Yeah. He just doesn't notice the interaction. Because it's not like that hand is so good that he needs to keep it. And you'll be able to... You don't... Your deck's good enough, you don't need to like save guides for consistency, probably. So... You might as well just have 2 and alternate them on the dealing with the torture attack. And he already has 2 of them, so...
I guess trashing all turn curses is another way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But now the turn looks so bad.
Resource intensive one. And of course the order there is really bizarre. There's no reason to trash before
first.
figuring out what you're going to do with the rest of the turn. Or trying to make the
turn
rest of
is
the
so
turn
dead.
better. There's certainly no
so
reason
dead
to
now.
trash before you play the storyteller. Well, I mean, he still can get some stuff. It's just... yeah, strange order for sure. Does not need to take the curses. But at this point, unless he realizes it in the next few seconds, we have to kind of expect he's going to keep doing it.
And then we expect the game to end.
Yeah,
Also, he really has no payload. Stewards with plus actions are just silvers that draw silver or a lab. Well, Dan Brooks has a soldier. Or two now, I guess. No, one, just one.
We need the people listening in Discord at some point to just step in and play some games just as fodder for our competitors. Even if it's too late for them to win, I feel like we're gonna.
I don't think it's too late to win. You just need to play 10 games.
That's true.
Win 9
That's
of them.
true. That's true. Actually, never mind. It looks like we got a good number now. They'll probably have enough uniques to last them most of the session. If someone has to repeat, it's no big deal.
Oh man, now we have plus card on Storyteller.
Thanks, Kaplane. I was sad I didn't get to play the King's Court Money Mastermind cage match with you. But that's life.
Did King's Court win?
Yeah, King's Court apparently did not lose to Mastermind at all. Though I didn't get to watch it, so I don't know how many they played versus just, people like to just say, oh, that's definitely the other card will lose or whatever. They played them all, so it was a good one. Yeah, okay. Were any of them close? Like the games?
Oh, now we get the discarding of the hand. We did it last turn, I guess, too.
All right. Nice work. That was just Steph showing his bias. He just pushed the kill switch to end that game. Can Dan end here? Probably not. Dan's going for the big soldier thing. I guess that's what it looks like.
Yeah, he has 3 disciples. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. It would be nice for him to have a village, but I guess the disciples will probably cut it. Oh, he does have a action on torture, yeah. If a Libby lowers the stewards at all, it'll make Dan's finish easier. I mean, Dan can just go on provinces at this point.
Well, he lowers stewards, apparently. But what would Dan finish with? I don't see Dan finishing, actually.
If he
Or does he have
disciples
Peasant.
peasants, I think he probably has enough. Maybe he runs out of actions to play the gains. That would be the thing I would think he might miss on. This is really not a lot of payload for how much stuff was played here.
How many tokens he has down.
To come out of this and just have, $14. max is not.
By a single province.
I would guess that Dan could empty, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know why he guided that hand. The
Two
first hand.
Torturers and the Disciple look pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you play one torture, see what's happening. I mean, it looked fine.
Maybe he was looking for
Oh,
Disciple.
And a Libby's taking curses, so
Oh yeah,
that makes
Makes
the
it
pile
easier.
out easier.
Doesn't even have to score now.
Yeah.
Or can do it with curses, maybe.
Yeah. Did a Libby? He still has a guide, right? Yeah. Yeah. Needs to.
I guess Disciple Steward was too good of a start. Now we discard even. He will empty the
now
curses and
Dan
then
will
it's
for sure
trivial.
3 pile. Yeah. Just disciple storytellers. Maybe Dan really wanted to see how big he can make his soldiers. Since he discipled torture again.
He dreams big.
Yeah, it really could have. I mean, Libby
I mean,
had
if you
some
see
of
your
the token stuff down. He might have been able to do better. Or he certainly do better. He might have been able to compete if he hadn't been playing this way against the torture attack.
if I see my opponent taking curses, I disciple that Torturer too.
Well, I wouldn't at this point because I can just finish.
Okay.
And disciple torture may not get him there. It may still, but
Discipling Storyteller for the gains.
yeah, and the actions. I mean,
Oh no, he is exactly there with the gains.
the old
Does he have
$9
enough
soldier.
money? What? That's a waste of an action.
Well, he's not. It doesn't look like he's looking for anything. So
Mhm. No, doesn't win anymore. At least not this turn.
I'm surprised that Dan.
Okay, it wins this turn. Sorry.
The old resignation forced win. Yeah. All right.
Oh no, Dan and Ammo. Good watch, Ya Crispy King and Friar Tuck. Okay, they are playing.
Who started?
Friar Tuck and Ya Crispy King.
Did you get into their game?
Yeah,
Okay.
we can't always just spectate the big names.
No, I agree. I just didn't. I didn't have them on my list, so I was asking
Yeah,
if
I-
they were in, so I could click on your name.
I added one of them. Okay, looks like we have. Is it the silver? No, not the silver subscription. Right? It's a full thing.
Yeah, it's got Menagerie
And Renaissance.
and Adventures. So,
Hunting Party is great.
Cover looks pretty good.
Wayfarer looks very good.
Wayfarer would look better if there was buy.
Nice.
I guess it's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, yeah, there's no buy.
I guess it's okay, but I don't know. I'm not in love with it here. I would rather just have the non-terminal draw cards and throne rooms.
Getting plot and the other-
Whiting, of course, not a good opening, but
seems to work. He gets 5 here, and
He
probably another 5.
he did hit 5 twice. That was fortunate.
Well, it's not guaranteed. The gold can or the copper can be bottom decked, but he gets there. So. But we buy as soon as the plot with 5.
Yeah. The $5 actions here are so good. All of them are great. And then the throne workshop is of course always nice. So
The second workshop play can gain you Wayfarers. So I guess that's kind of nice if you throw in a workshop. Just don't have trashing. Well, Governor. The first workshop play. Yeah, if you gain something else between. Do you gain the gold first, or each player gains a silver gold? So do you gain the gold first, or do they gain the silver first? I guess you gain the gold first.
the way I'm reading it, it makes it look like the silver goes first.
But it's each player gains something, and then I guess
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
rules
yeah.
it
You're
says
right,
it's in
you're
turn
right.
order.
Yeah, you're right. I bet. Yeah, I don't know. I bet you're right though.
So how do they look in the standings? Raretak has -1 point. And Jar Crispy King is 10 points. Undefeated
he's-
against Firecoal and Singleton. That's
Yeah.
good.
He's right in there for the making the playoffs right now. Of course, we're a long way away, but
Will 10 points be enough to make the finals?
no. Is that going to be the version of the question this week?
Well, we have less players, so less points on the table.
That's not how it works. That's
Less competition for the top points, I guess.
should be proportional to time, roughly. I guess if you have so few people that you can't get games, then it could slow down the point score a little bit. But
If you only have 8 people, then you don't need that much points to get top 4.
yeah, I guess that's true. Though if they all just keep
Playing each other,
playing each other, the
And
the
some-
in number should be
but always someone.
well. It'll be
always
close.
loses.
It'll be smaller for sure because it won't be. You wouldn't expect the distribution of skill, to be as wide. But,
Hmm.
so you would expect them just to end up kind of closer together just by virtue of repeated play, meaning. But anyway,
Those turns are a bit sad.
yeah, lack of
Not
trashing
even-
hurts here. Hurts the explosiveness, though it's still big board.
Can you work something with Slay here?
I don't.
The reaction is always so
I don't see myself picking up a sleigh.
awkward to use. I mean, with 3 coins here, do you rather get a shantytown? I guess a cellar would be nice.
I would take a cellar before a sleigh, and also I would take a workshop here.
Oh yeah, workshop.
if I had 3 and I didn't have
I
a
would have.
workshop. Now, if I did hit 3 again, I would just think, well, maybe I've messed up on my deck.
3 shanty towns looks like a lot.
Yeah.
Well, this governor's draw kind of saves the turn a bit. Could even remodel a shanty town. Doesn't seem terrible. Or do it for free into a throne room. Trashing a copper is also worth something. Yeah, it's interesting. We guessed it cause it is to gain 3 if you let them gain a silver. But we don't know yet because no one gained a gold with it. So I would throw on the governor, trash one of the shanties, and then gain a gold.
Yeah, Hispix is asking, does Governor gain cause sway? I guess that was what you were asking about earlier.
Yeah, I was also answering that we haven't seen it yet, but we guess it's 3. So we trashed both shanty towns into governors. Okay. Got enough of those shanties. They never gain gold with it. One of the best options of governor. Have we let Marcus run a search for which governor option is used the most? It might still be the draw option. Even though it is probably not correct. Oh, trash is silver against again. No, that was gaining gold.
We'll never learn. We'll never answer the question.
At some point, someone wants gold.
RTT, what was going through your mind as you entered the final championship game last week? You know, were you overwhelmed?
Yeah,
with
the lag was
nerves?
pretty hard.
Or no, not the internet lag. The emotional and mental lag you
Oh
experience
yeah.
by playing on the world's most
It was the
prestigious
most.
Dominion competition.
Yeah, it surely was the most important game in my life. So many people watching, all of them quarantined,
Yes.
and
Really, the
no,
hopes and dreams of the world rested on your shoulders.
it was my responsibility to bring them entertainment, and I hope I delivered.
I mean, I
Oh,
can't
the
say
game was over.
the final game was too entertaining in that it was over very, very soon. As far as
Well,
what we expected the outcome to be.
that was Haka's fault for resigning.
No, I mean it was pretty clear pretty early on.
Oh, I should have held back a bit.
It cost 3.
Cost 8.
So it was.
No.
It was in fact the silver gang comes second.
I mean, if you read the luck, someone.
Dominion quiz. Yeah. Is Friar who's the one? Oh, okay, Jack Crispy King is the one who was in
In the lead.
the lead, but is now
Still on
few
rank 4.
provinces behind. But does he have way more stuff?
He has
Just
2
like a
hunting
little bit
parties
more stuff.
and 3 governors.
It depends on how
This
many
could
provinces
be-
complain. I don't mind being 2 down, but I don't want to be 4 or 5.
5 down is the hard. 5 is
5
the big number.
Is the worst, right? Yeah, of course.
I mean, 6 is worse, but then it's probably over. 5 provinces is what you aim for with governor games.
Yep.
Friar Tuck has the double wedding already. Double wedding VP. Might be coming in important. But his deck looks a bit worse.
Death of a shanty town.
He trashed all his 3 shanty towns by now. Looks like he decided he doesn't like them anymore.
Seems fair to me. So he's just building this.
Right when they're about to draw, yeah.
He's
2 more governors.
He's building here. He's looking for the big finish. Ooh, this not if Friar doesn't have to draw anything, this is a really bad draw for our king.
I mean,
Both shanties hit.
great.
Don't draw for him, Friar Tuck.
Just remodel and gain a
remodel
gold.
and buy a governor. Can't gain a
Oh,
gold.
it's not even throned. I thought it was a throned governor
No,
for
no,
some reason.
the shanty was. Just buy another governor now.
Well,
Yeah,
should have at least trashed the estate if you
it's a
want to
good
build.
turn. Well, maybe not at this point.
Buy a province.
Crispy King's got to buy province. I don't feel like Crispy King has a lot of golds. You know,
Has 2 golds.
if that's all the golds he has, that's gonna be pretty tough.
Hmm.
I probably would have gone ahead and thrown the governor.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he gets away with it again.
Yeah, we'll see.
Double draw.
Does
Nope.
not this time, but he can still double province most likely, I assume, by drawing on. Surely he'll hit
That
two,
is the
$2.
5th then. Okay,
And then
then.
this is looking rough. Because I do not believe Crispy King has the fuel.
And if he has it, Friar Tuck can
Wedding fuel.
turn the throne into a duchy or something.
Yeah. So it looks like we're going to have a bit of a
This might be the final turn.
standings upset this time.
This hunting party didn't draw at all.
Oh no. Yeah, he doesn't have silvers. He can't score hardly.
He turned them all into governors. Yes. Can't
He
really
can
do
get-
anything.
He can get triple estate.
He could remodel a copper into an estate and remodel another copper into Wayfarer.
Yeah, but I think it's all too
Okay.
little, too late this time.
Friar Tuck
With GG,
gets another game on his score, on his belt. Another win.
We can catch
Single T.
single T. Well, we haven't watched a single T game yet.
Yeah.
Let's do it. let's take a look.
semi-finalists
Let's take a look at
of
the
the last game.
results. So we have Warfrat in the lead with 17, followed by Folivora with 15, Ravenshard with 12, and Crispy King. Oh no, his just hasn't updated yet.
Folivora undefeated. The only one in the top there who's undefeated. And we have Xerix with only one game, but undefeated. And that's it. Everyone else has a loss.
Oh, we've got Encampment Mouse,
Oh no.
but no,
I
but
hate
no,
that.
but no supplies or something like that. That was what.
No
that's what.
macro.
That's what we had. One of the Quarantine Cup games we watched was a Supplies Way, the Mouse encampment game. They also
Still by engineer.
they also got a bunch of
You get Tormentors. Tormentors gain 2
what
imps,
is
and
that?
those are.
Devil's Workshops, which is way worse than Supplies. Yeah, the engineers are nice. The engineers are really nice.
Probably.
It would be nice if there was like a cheap. I would just like trash the engineer every time I got it, right, and just rebuy
Buy
it.
it. Mm, might make sense.
Like that, you're basically buying 2 forecasts for 1 if you do that. Plus the
Malicious
flexibility of the debt stuff.
You can play a militia every turn if you have like 10 militias. The other ones are lost cities.
This will be a big. This will end up being a big bridge troll thing eventually.
Or it might just 3-pile from all the engineers.
That's possible too.
Like you buy another engineer here.
I guess that depends on how willing people are to spread the love around to horse traders and pirate ship. You know, I would have probably
like to
taken
save.
horse traders by now just because of the number of attacks other people are gaining.
Yeah. Well, by now, when will he, when did he have the option to do that?
What do you mean they didn't have
Singleton
to?
does it.
They didn't have to take double militia on
But
every
you rather attack both turns.
engineer play. Maybe. I don't think it would have been crazy to.
Oh, he imped. There's no reason to ever play imp. That's not encampment.
Yeah, there's
Doesn't matter here, but
no.
I guess the reason is
Well, it could have mattered, right?
not have to aim that much.
It could have mattered.
If you draw 2 actions with it.
I mean, it could very easily matter.
Ooh, that war is big. Trashes an encampment.
Yeah.
And now a militia. Okay, you save, and then it doesn't use save. It's
Too bad.
not that useful against militia, I guess.
That's true.
You can save. You can save 3 horse traders or something
Yeah.
every turn. Okay.
I actually think probably eventually they get old, but I think the way the mouse is like super power card like this is really fun.
Okay. I don't like it, but
People, why not? It's just makes the board totally twisted and different. It's great.
yeah, but I don't think there's much skill anymore in just putting all cheap actions into your deck as fast as you can.
Yeah, but they're still making misplays.
Okay.
I mean, you still
Hey,
have,
militia was just a mouse, and he still reacted.
you're still not always gonna. There's still choices. It's true that
Oh man, why didn't he
if you can,
mouse the imp?
the choice just doesn't involve the building of the engine anymore. It's more payload and some play order stuff. I guess this
Oh,
doesn't
what?
have a lot of play order stuff, but
This doesn't make sense at all. Now we have actions dead. Okay, no.
See, see,
It
look, they're
just
playing these
changed now.
imps as things. That's wrong.
Now the Tormentor didn't attack. Did play engineers are the best things to play right now.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. I should gain some pirate ships just for fun.
Rabbles are still pretty good here. As themselves, and the
Yeah,
embassies
3 cards.
and the embassies are pretty good too.
No. Embassies? Why would you ever want an embassy over a rebel?
Because they have no trashing, and
Silver's a good card.
silver isn't that good here to give the opponent.
There's so much draw, I wouldn't hate the silver.
I wouldn't hate it either, but it's not that good here.
Might even help.
Oh yeah, you can do bridge.
Nice
You
thing
can do
is
bridge
bridge-
troll as mouse as well. Yeah, that's
And it
cute.
still reduces. Oh man.
That's cute.
Treasurer still top decks. That doesn't really matter. Treasury. Well, it would be pretty nice to always have 5 treasuries on top. But I guess it's not good enough as a card to buy 5 times. Not broken enough. Just turn 8. And a game without trashing looks like this.
I'm a little surprised it's not over.
Don't think JPPBKM played it perfectly.
Well, we know about the imps. For one. Maybe it's over here. I don't know if he has any.
Any more engineers? Nope.
He probably. Well, I don't know how much single T's got in deck, but he may want to score. But maybe he doesn't have to. I don't know.
So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bridge trolls. Should get the last one here and the province.
He doesn't have to get the last bridge troll. It doesn't matter. The engineers.
It's certainly harder to pile with just
Oh, piling's easy.
4 bridge trolls. Pile and score.
He does. I mean, getting the bridge troll is fine, but he didn't need it necessarily.
No, but it's what I would have done.
I would have just done draw and gotten an engineer for sure, but because if you draw, you'll win.
Oh, getting the last engineer is that's opening the pile out up if anything. The second to last engineer, the penultimate engineer. Okay, so just 4 buys. Buy 3 pirate ships.
Yeah.
How's JBPP? JPP BKM looking in the scores? Just one loss.
Just another imp.
Mm. Costs an action every time.
Yeah. At least an action, and possibly much worse on options.
Mm. That's a dot. So, probably resign by now.
Well, I mean, he just has the win in hand.
Yeah, but if you don't even have a next turn, then there's no reason to not resign, I think. Unless etiquette is a reason. Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think etiquette's a reason. He just
At least
maybe
not,
didn't. He just
especially
maybe
not.
didn't keep thinking through. All right, that was one for JPP, PKM, BPKM letters. Who else is firing up? Poor Haka can't get a game. Should we watch Amo and Crispy?
And plays watch single T Haka. Or are you?
Well, I got
some other game?
into Amo Crispy.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, another Wayfarer game with Stonemason. This looks much better. Could have even opened Stonemason Race Wayfarer or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Also markets. We have plenty of buys here. Yeah, but no village, so Wayfarers. Aren't that great.
No,
But you can march
you can
him.
have one of them.
Yeah, do you want your terminal to be that or Marauder, I guess?
Yeah, if
Yeah, Marauder.
you had a village here, Wayfarer would be pretty bonkers because of the various price fun times.
Marauder makes Wayfarer cost 0 is the combo. Or are they in the listening?
If they are, it's not under the same name.
I'm Blue Davadi.
Davadai.
If you have 10 buys or more than 10 buys, you can sneaky 3-pile the Wayfarers. Or the Ruins, if you want to. They're nice salvage a target if you didn't play Marauder first. Oh, you have a village actually.
Yeah, there's
Necro.
Necro, but that's
Okay.
it.
At least you can play two things.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I think that one Wayfarer is reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although in those cases, I wonder if you'd not rather trash the Necro and don't bother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, here I'm mostly thinking you just thin and have some markets and some decent gold stuff. I guess just gold.
Just thin down in the Wayfarer for draw, and gaining the silvers is really good then actually.
Yeah.
And Pageant helps with smoothing of when you play money.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to thin here and get to then to do a series of pretty consistent provinces. I would expect. I don't think I would buy Marauder here, and I'm not
Could
even
buy
sure.
gold here.
I would buy Salvager, but maybe Salvager's okay.
Would you
but
buy
ED's
gold?
okay.
The market.
I would buy gold if I was more trashed.
Having that autoplay for Pageant now is so nice.
Is there an autoplay now?
Hell, yeah. You always get the coffers. You don't have to decide to
It's
get
not
it.
even like an auto. It's not like a selectable auto. Oh wait, I'm not playing.
Yeah,
I'm
because
trying
you're-
to. I'm trying to right click and then.
because for possession, always stuff like this has to be selectable. Or
Yeah. No, I know it. I was just being dumb, just because I was trying to right click it
Mm.
myself, and I'm a spectator. So
this got an autoplay. Torturer got an autoplay finally. And some other stuff that I don't remember right now. Yes. Sinister plot with 0 tokens.
Folivora is still undefeated. 4-0.
Whose alt is this?
Looking good. No, they post. I'm pretty sure.
They played the last 2 cups, I think, as well. Or at least the last
I mean,
one.
I've seen the name various places, so. I guess they don't have. I guess maybe they're. I don't know who's on Discord. Oh wait, there they are. I don't know. They're playing in Menagerie Mix. So. This is a nice starting hand for ammo.
Wayfarer Necro. Always
Yeah, I would have
nice.
just opened with that probably because you could have got the silver in the shuffle. Maybe didn't
I
want
don't
it.
think he wants that at this point.
Maybe don't want it.
Has to thin some ruins.
Yeah. Wonder if he just. Wonder if you spin the token or if you just like double border guard.
Is the border guard better than just a coffer?
Maybe not.
I would also just rather take the coffer, I guess. It's not like you have to find some key cards.
No. I mean, sort of at this point still. You're still wanting to pick out. I mean, he drew them into hand already, but that wasn't guaranteed.
March. Oh, trash is a zero cost wayfare. No.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh man, the
Marauder.
combo came into
Marauder
play.
would be with Marauder. We don't even have to answer the question of the order of the gains.
Mm. With Soothsayer, you would have to, but I think it just says gain a gold, everyone else gains a curse. Hmm. Don't play the Marauder.
It's a
Oh,
shame that
Banning
that
coffers for border
wasn't
card.
able to work, but
Horn.
it's pretty nice to
And
be
the-
able to get the. I think the border guards did pretty good work this turn.
Yeah, but Necro way for us still just is drawing like one card.
He'll take it here.
And gaining a silver.
He also had the junk dealer copper raise filter, which is pretty good.
Yeah. It's also not like you want to gain no border guards, just he already had some.
Yeah.
Maybe it was enough.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're basically saying just not one for a copper or a coffer. So I can totally see it.
Salvage the Marauder there, yeah. Goodbye, Province. If you
That's an interesting idea, Shad. I don't know if it'll happen.
Province March, yeah. Also, I just had the same idea because his hand looks perfect for it, but he already played the Salvator and doesn't have enough coins. Just need 11 in the buy. And you have to have the Salvator and discard.
Yeah. That's the
Wayfarer
harder
and-
part, which I guess you can manipulate it with like border guard. Is your best shot of
Or you buy another Salvator.
yeah, but then you're just there's
Save
just too much money.
1 coin.
It's too much money. I guess you probably go ahead
Salvator
and
junk dealer.
start. Yeah,
Great. Province. Another market. Fine.
this is gonna be tough for Crispy King. Salvager is just gonna make the end of it super easy for ammo. I think.
Spoils or a coffer? The eternal question.
Oh no. They appear
Take
together.
the Necro. Didn't take a Necro. Guess you can try again.
Now is the chance to he had the potential March thing in hand. I don't think it was what he wanted to do, but he could have done it for a moment.
Still just doubled.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is pretty over.
Yep.
Salvage the Wayfarer, I guess, and then hope for a extreme dirt. It's not really taking those coffers. Not that it matters here, but late border guard. Okay,
Ammo should
that's
just mill and get one.
yeah, seems impossible to overcome. Also take the silver, why not?
Yeah, you're just looking to hit 8 one more time or have them resign. We could try Anders Dan if that isn't too far in. Well, 5. 5's a little further than I like. They moved fast. A-Libby's looking for someone.
I will be right back.
Oh no, they're far too. Just too slow. A-Libby's already playing. I guess some game's better than no game. Ammo's waiting. We can watch Ammo Warfrat. That'll be good. This board has Village Green with, as far as I can tell, no way to activate it. Spices and Courtyard. Sculptor lends itself to pretty fast money. For sure.
Okay, so
I expect them to just kind of run through the cash here pretty quick. No, someone's building. I guess you can build.
Wolf.
I mean,
Wolfred
Sculptor, of
Ammo.
course, helps build.
Any nice ways to activate Village Green?
Nope. You can try with Leprechaun hexes. I think that's the only way. I kind of thought that they would do money thing here, money-ish, but they're gonna build a lot, so. I guess the Triumphal Arc's gonna help that a lot, so I don't know what I was thinking.
It's pretty cool that you could use like Feudum Alt VP and still play an engine deck with Banish.
Yeah, that's true. You could try something like that. It's probably slower than someone who just empties provinces, but
Sculptor against the silver pretty easy.
Yeah.
And Gensufeel them. But there's spices and treasure trove for provincing.
Yeah.
Just something sweet you could do.
Yeah. His six is right. There is another way to activate village greens besides the hexes, which is discarding from exile. Both are not going to happen. I'm surprised only 2 storytellers are gone so far. Orfrat's been all about this village green courtyard aspect of it. I guess he's gonna be able to activate Leprechaun here. Get a lot more village greens. Needs to play Sculptor for village green right now, I believe. He could have triggered there and just like top decked Wish. Would have been okay. Yeah, I agree, Kaplane. Maybe not double village green there, but it does give him future arc points, of course. This is a bit unfortunate for ammo. This is pretty unfortunate for Warfrat. I would even be willing to banish just 3 coppers here.
Oh, you really needed to banish 7 coppers last time.
Yeah, that's true. Assume he's going like Storyteller Courtyard here, but maybe he goes up to 10 and does Storyteller, one of the 5 treasures.
Another spices maybe to get more buys.
Yeah. I can see Storyteller spices. But I can see Trove too, because there's always a chance you get your wish. I mean, you have a wish left, so you don't have to. I guess in some sense what you get doesn't matter too much, because you can get the other thing.
Well, you want the storyteller now and the spices, not the spices. So it makes sense to wish for storyteller and
Yeah.
buy the spices there.
Hopefully he looks for a banish this time. He should be drawing most of the deck. This is a nice turn for Amo. He gets a top deck Storyteller. We'll see if he's just gonna go probably Storyteller Spices, maybe Storyteller Trove.
Maybe not even another storyteller. He just top decked one. I don't think he needs all that many. Could have seen just Sculptor Spices or
I'm
so.
not in love with the gold over, say, Spices or Trove, but
Yeah, he was buy limited already. Treasure Trove seems really good, yeah. You can banish all those coppers.
yeah. I mean, you're not gonna like keep buying banishes over and over, but
Every other turn or something.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. You're not gonna have that many. You probably just draw through them for the most part. I don't know if he should have even played that last copper. He didn't really need it to draw, I don't think, but he'll get to duration a little bit here.
Maybe you would even want to top deck a Leprechaun, just so you draw it in the right time.
I like a Banish Trove here. So spin
Is
two.
that a new a new card?
Spin 2 coffers and do Banish Trove. If he just buys another,
Oh, Taxman. Spices into spices?
I guess it's like his. I mean, he can get Trove off of it too. I would have just spent the $1 and bought the Trove.
It's a pretty nice attack if your opponent has Storytellers.
Yeah, but even hitting is still kind of hard, right? You have to get pretty lucky. Somewhat lucky.
Yeah, and the most things are gold from Amo, and you probably don't want to trash a gold. Top deck the Leprechaun there.
Cyrix says he wrote something wrong. Also, the result sheet is just like sometimes when I load it, it's just wrong. The published one, not the raw one, but the.
Amos is looking at a dot at the moment. If his village green doesn't draw something good. Second Leprechaun.
All right. Someone lose their match in the Quarantine Cup. That's how I feel sometimes.
What happened?
Nothing. I was just still talking about your kid.
Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah. I was just joking.
Now he sees the dot. That might be some valuable information as well.
All right, we had a misreported result, and as a result of that change, Cyrix will now be tied with Folivora, both of them 4-0.
E Honda is in first place.
Is he? I didn't check the. Yep. 5-1.
22 points. Will that be enough to make the finals?
I don't know. Maybe, but I'm gonna say probably not. Depends.
Like the top 5 players are between 22 and 17, so A lot might happen. Still,
I mean, if all of the people in the top 5 win another game, then it won't. But yeah, I mean, it's not clear.
oh, the Village Queen drew something, huh?
Warfrat has so many points from Arc. He has so many points. Like, it's wild. And Amo's not even in like a bad position to compete on the other VP, but the Arc points are huge. Just so
Ooh, resigns. Was that resignable? I have no clue.
I don't know. It didn't look unreasonable to me. I don't know how reasonable it was, but it didn't look terrible to me.
Probably hard to come back from a double province.
Let's see how far Mario got into his game. Okay, Mario and
Did indeed
JPP
start.
are playing, so we're on a fresh one.
Oh, donate. 5-2.
But not really great payload for donate. Nothing exciting post donate really. Squirrel's not very exciting in a donate world either.
Yeah, that 5-2 might not even be that great. I'd rather get like silver. And maybe we get a better board.
Oh, we'll get better. Yeah. It's all part of the plan. Good work, Psycho. You saved it. You know, I agree with that. And I think what's most important to realize is that... all right, okay. That wasn't my best form of that joke, but I had to think of it right on the spot. I should have related it to something on the kingdom, but I didn't read the kingdom in time.
Fairy cavalry.
Oh, fairy cavalry. Yeah. Fairy lackeys. Fairy grand market.
Fairy arena.
You can ferry anything. Well, no. Almost anything.
Okay, so our village is lackeys. Great. Oh, and nobles. Grand market? Okay, so we can...
You can do your estates into them.
It's pretty good. Hey.
Exactly. Do it, JPP. You can butcher them into whatever you want later.
After your ferry again.
You can just butcher them into lackeys straight off.
That turn burned so many villagers.
Yeah, but he did some stuff.
But some stuff that's terminal. All those cavalries.
Get all the cavalries, then
And probably place it. Buys another lackey. Oh, you get arena points.
yeah.
All worth it.
Hey, I like it. I'm into it.
I like gaining
I'm
that grand
surprised
market.
nobody got a junk dealer because the coppers are a real pain here. There we are.
More arena points.
Just stopping on the lackeys. Getting those horses.
Get another lackey.
I know lackeys.
Oh.
I'm gonna be worried about his chances once Mario has played his junk dealer a couple times.
I'm already worried.
Yeah. I'm trying to be optimistic because I like he's playing with, he's doing weirder things, so it's more exciting. See, you're tempted to go for the GM there, right? But it's probably not the best card to put into his deck before the shuffle. It's got to be junk dealer, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The GM is not as impactful. Maybe he'll just win on arena points and they'll pile. That's not impossible, I guess. He's getting a lot of arena points. Could he have gotten it again, or is it only once? No, he could have gotten it again.
Only once. No, it's only once.
At the start of your turn. At the start of your buy phase.
Oh,
He
if
could
you
have
have
gotten.
two buy phases, yeah.
I don't remember what the actual ruling is, but I think you can get it again.
Yeah, it works even better than than Villa for it because you get the buyback without playing it.
Yeah.
Exploration works twice? What? No. Exploration is only at the end of the buy phase. Okay, yeah, then it worked once. Maybe if the buy phase hasn't officially ended, if you just return to the action phase.
Does Villa have a... I don't remember. Is Villa and Cavalry, is their wording identical as far as the tricky part?
I think so.
I think JP's only chance here is piling before something runs out. I mean, not before something runs out, before Mario scores, like at all.
Oh man. Lackeys into lackeys. Nobles. The village.
Nobles does not look very good to me.
More
Yeah,
cavalry.
might as well. Just
Get more arena points
yeah.
this time.
Is there a way to...
Great.
His problem is the third pile is not apparent. I mean, Grand Market is the most likely, but it's going to take him a while to do anything there.
Maybe he gets help.
Yeah, it would take collusion. Oh, there we do it. Now we're
Budget
moving.
nobles. Yeah. Butcher. Another lackeys into lackeys.
This will be a classic 2 pile. For sure.
This and arena VP is like a pile, right?
Right.
Oh man, he ferried the cavalry and then trashed it into Grand Market. Doesn't look that great. We did it.
See, now, like, then Mario buys a province, and then he buys another one, and, like... and then JP doesn't have a functional deck, I don't think.
Probably fine to just butcher something into lackeys here. JP is already out of villagers. Could even just double province lackeys into lackeys. Or take the VP.
Didn't he have?
Does he want to buy cavalry?
I guess he can do that.
That's weird.
Just don't gain any more GMs, Mario. That's a little scary. This is all a bit scary. I mean, I guess if he double provinces, it's not, but
He can't double
he can't
provinces.
double province anymore, of course.
He bought Grand Markets instead.
If he gets another GM here, this is really kind of scary.
Get a nobles maybe.
Yeah.
And then buy a province. And that evens up the points. So
Well, probably nothing, but it's still kind of scary to lower things. Just you never know. It scares me.
this was a scary turn. And then just
Double
buy
estate.
another cavalry.
No, you don't buy another cavalry. You don't have any actions.
Who cares?
Double estate.
I don't think we played Mario played this well, but given that it's just turn 8 for him and he already has a great deck.
Well, I mean, it is a pretty high-powered board, so
Mhm.
there's nothing slow about ferrying this amount of trashing and gaining stuff. You can't get any points. The arena points are gone. None. Ooh, Folivora added a 5th win to his streak.
Mm. I'm rooting for them. Pure efficiency. 5 games, 5 wins.
Warfrat just a point behind. Honda and Steph trail the lead by 3. We have quite a gap between top 5 and the rest.
Mhm.
But top 5, it's going to be. And last week was similar. There was a real race for the 4th spot. I was going to say the decks are a bit different in the amount of things they can do. Mario can just win now, right? Or can't score enough. Never mind.
Well, getting the 4 nobles. Okay, he does it like that. Oh, wow.
Well, that's not a finish.
Talk about risky. Two pile. Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Can it be punished, possibly? Almost.
yeah, he can do it now.
Oh, yeah, he wins.
Just
Cavalry
exact.
into province.
Jeez.
He did not resigning paid off.
JP. You just butchered
The
it.
hero.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
Cavalry into cavalry is just a win.
Either that or cavalry into province.
Yeah, sure. Whichever. It doesn't
cavalry into cavalry would even draw more cards. No, what?
He can
buys a
buy the
cavalry,
cavalry first. That doesn't matter, right?
and then he can butcher the butcher. Even.
It doesn't matter which order he does the things.
Yeah, hard to overlook it now. Okay.
Because the playing it first was not. Yeah, like
Now
that
it
was-
looks like he drew the butcher off the cavalry.
Yeah.
But
But they're both guaranteed from his perspective. Lucky that your opponent suicided. I mean, that was the only luck. All right, who we got?
Honda versus Steph is
Steph
2
Honda.
minutes in,
Good.
but it's a game close to the top.
We'll try it. They're not too far. Turn 4. What
So many.
Chapel Workshop. We can understand this. Okay, perfect. They both got golds. Honda. Yeah, Honda trashed less. There's no draw.
Outpost is draw.
There's Imp, I guess. I guess Imp is draw.
Imp with Ghost Towns.
Imp Ghost Town, is that gonna cut it? Imp Ghost Town Inventors. I guess you probably do it just because there's nothing else.
And Way of the Monkey.
Guess you kind of have to do it, even though it probably is pretty not good. But probably uncontested, it works.
Yeah, with Chapel it works probably good enough. Hitting all the ghost towns.
This is an exciting match for our standings. It's a good match for Cyrix, regardless.
Come on. Well, they will both get a net of 1 point. But at least
Not
it's not
really.
more.
I mean, I guess the best result would then be playing different people than both losing, but this seems pretty good too. To get 1 guaranteed loss. I know it's not guaranteed, but
Yeah, and the best thing is if the game takes long.
right. I think the piles are gonna fly too fast here, though. Well, I guess there's not really a third pile.
Estates with the battlefield.
Yeah, it could be.
You get a ducat in for another buy.
Just getting. Steph has all this stuff right now.
It's probably all
Looks
probably
pretty,
resignable.
Looks pretty 1 for Steph at this point. Since I can see Honda's hand still has 3 coppers in it.
Well, those 3 coppers will be gone this turn.
Yeah, but he doesn't have 6
Looks
or
like he doesn't
he doesn't
have an
have
imp.
6 or 7 ghost towns, however many Steph has. Well, he's gonna for sure empty the ghost towns anyway, Shad. I mean, obviously I cheated by saying it after they'd done that, but oh, Spec Chat is on, man. I didn't see that. Shame on whoever made this table.
Well, I guess Johanna's only hope is some Hail Mary estate rush. Also, he said it when ghost towns were at 1 and inns were at 9.
Yeah. We didn't have any trade secrets leaked, I don't think. It's more just the awareness of it.
So what now?
Apparently there was this def result that hadn't been in that I was missing.
Yeah, Steph is at 27. And all the other 3 are 22.
So Steph's going to go up to 32. That looks fairly safe for top 4, but not guaranteed by any stretch.
Well, just 30 minutes left, huh?
Yeah. But people could play, because of the way it works, because I don't cut it off right at, it would be easy to get in 3 or 4 more games. Maybe not easy to get 4, but relatively.
The other
easy
question
to
is,
get
will the
3.
players in the top
Keep playing?
turtle it out or keep playing?
In the past weeks at least,
Turtling out has never been...
people have been playing till the
thing.
end for the most part. Sometimes someone stopped with 5 minutes left, but
I have not been non-stop playing last time.
the old Battlefield Rush. Too good. Now Honda's just playing on to delay Steph.
Yeah.
They were not actually totally gone when Shad typed the thing, but very shortly thereafter. Not that they should be able to anticipate that, or have to be able to anticipate that.
Raven, Honda.
We could do Raven, Honda. We haven't watched a lot of Honda, so I don't think any Raven games. So.
Star Shot Masquerade.
Chat off. Yeah,
Oh, but Cursed Gold makes a...
I guess you still do it. Maybe you summon instead.
But it's not that great anymore. Summoning a second Masquerade probably better.
Yeah.
And then you can still start short if you want to. Village's Crown, Stables, and Mastermind. Start chart now. Okay. KC would be better than Mastermind. At least we have a crown. Is crown better than Mastermind though? Can mine silvers into crowns. If you crown a mine, you can make a copper into another crown.
Shad's gonna leave if we keep it up.
It's already gone.
First the the building and monument's probably pretty big.
It's true, Monument looks bigger than Province, in fact.
That's a good point, Shad. The perspective hasn't quite been managed there. What are they doing here? I was typing in Discord. What do they got? Does anyone have a good deck?
It's just turn 6.
Well, they should have one by now. Why are they messing around?
Turn 6, where's the Province pile not gone? Oh man, Oracle. That's interesting choice.
I assume it was summoned at some point. Top 4. The fight for 5 is gonna. Oh, Dan has jumped up to 20. So
Did he miss a report or did he just get 2 quick games in?
I couldn't tell you because the bot's not posting to the Discord, so I don't know the rate of these things are happening, and I'm not looking at the live sheet often enough to see when things are coming in. As far as I can tell, there's no duplicates. It was just he got 2 wins within 7 minutes, so just 2 quick ones. At least they were reported within 7 minutes. Yeah, so we've got a good fight for the top 4. With Dan and well, now Dan's score changed again. Maybe he lost just now. Oh,
No.
Yeah, he just
He lost.
But anyway, he's still in it to get to the top 4. Dan and Up are still competitive, it looks like. So Honda, Dan, Warfrat, Cyrix, Folivor, and Steph from bottom to top.
Oh man, Psychomatic got 5 losses and only 2 wins. Single T 3 wins and 7 losses.
I've liked that every week there's been at least one person in the top who I wouldn't necessarily, and that could just be my ignorance of their skill level more than what it actually is. But it seems like we're getting some new people at the top, at least one new person with a good strong showing in the in the free play part at least.
Yeah. Folivora. It's a nice run for them. Just rank 554 and a half. But that doesn't say much. I didn't know Dan was still playing.
Well, he's got time like everyone else, I assume. Maybe it's the thing.
I had to choose between 4 coppers what to top deck. Interesting that this isn't automated.
Does Raven have anything coming down the line, or is he just, this is his hand? That's not very good.
Summoned. He didn't summon anything, so that's his hand.
Buys a mine.
Be a mine. Yay.
Huh.
Oh, he will be happy that there's no masquerade coming up.
Yeah. And you could toss an oracle. It wouldn't be the end of the world.
Okay, yeah, oracles are kind of bad. Trashes cursed gold into crown. That's nice.
You never know. Dan could be playing 100 games with some alt.
Yeah.
He's a flying under the radar. You never know.
It could actually be someone we know.
He's got all those. No, most of them aren't him. I was gonna say he's got all those anagrams. But those aren't. Most of those are not Dan.
Maybe he finally got a bot to play for him. Summon the monument. Oh, those free cursors don't look good. The stack looks... Oh man.
Oh no,
Now the cursed gold is actually just a gold.
just your standard gold.
Just as the Honda trashed his.
I mean, they'll pile
Dark
out
runes.
forms and crowns at least. I think. Certainly certainly crowns. Once this mine action gets going.
Mm-hmm. Resign turn 1 might be reasonable. So Mick, you did buy your turnips today?
I did. I bought about 250,000 worth. They were like 90 something. I don't remember. 96 maybe. They were a little less than 100. I know because of the way the math was working out, but I haven't seen a price on my island higher than 170. But I know they can be in the 400 or 500s.
I didn't know they could go that high, but then Truffles had 350.
Yeah. I mean, they're like Reddit. There's like a Reddit that's just for people who will like say, "Oh, I have a high price. You can come and sell." But they also they fence off the path to their store so that you can't. So that when all these random people on the internet come, they can't go anywhere on the island except to the store. And
Oh, I thought they made
the
they made
airport.
like a labyrinth.
No, not like that. But just just to keep them off the rest of the island, just like a path that they can walk to the store from the airport and back, and that's it. I mean, they don't all necessarily do that, but I saw some people were doing that.
Like, what can they even do wrong? They could steal some fruit or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you can. I don't know.
if you have your
take
turn
anything that's
first.
sitting out there. Certain things, I guess. I don't know what's pick upable or not.
I don't
What
think you
things
can
are
take placed
interactable.
objects.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know exactly what the restrictions are for visitors, so.
Oh man, the screen.
No one wants Money Match complain because they heard about the Judgment Match. So now no one will ever buy it ever again.
Okay.
Maybe. They wouldn't lose all of them. Masquerade wouldn't lose every single one. But probably most of the other ones wouldn't do so well. Summon would be tough on some boards.
What other cards would lose to Mask?
I think the problem with one problem with Mastermind is you're like heading in the same direction as you head with a King's Court deck, right? Only at the end of it you don't have the King's Courts.
Yeah.
But like the build up, it's not like you get any advantage in the build up hardly. I mean, it costs 5, but
Can get it a turn earlier, but then you have to wait a turn for the effect.
yeah. But you're still like
You still have to get a action dense
Yeah,
deck
yeah, it's the
before you
same-
can
yeah,
get the first
exactly.
one.
yeah, like you technically need a little less action density for Mastermind, but it's not
Yeah, you
enough
can-
to.
And
I'm
Mastermind
just
is sniffy
theory,
right
I'm
away.
just theory crafting, of course, so it's useless. But
If you can top deck an action card easily and the rest of the board is explosive enough, even without the tripling, then Mastermind could win.
yeah, I wouldn't be hard. Yeah, it's hard to roll. In my mind, it's hard to roll a board where it's like fast enough that you don't want King Court, but you still want Mastermind. Like in that case, you probably just don't.
Probably when you can gain
touch
5,
either of them. Yeah.
something like Bargain or Artisan. Even Artisan King's Court is insane, but University maybe. That could be it.
Universities. Yeah, University and Artisan sound like the best candidates for that.
Okay, 2 piles empty.
Now start buying forums, whoever's winning, please.
Mm-hmm. Slowly but surely.
Just for our sakes.
I mean, we could just go ahead and
I mean,
call this
we could.
game.
If you want to go scout and you find us a good match that's starting, I'm willing to leave here.
Nice.
We can say Honda's gonna win it, right? That's not the outcome I suspect is.
How's the score looking? Steph is in the lead now with 32.
Yeah.
Well, that was after the E-Honda game, right? So,
Now there's actually a bunch of people who could get top 4,
mm-hmm.
depending on how the last games shake out. There's like 8, 9 people who could possibly get into the top 4.
Not a single monument for. Even now he gets one, but just summon so you can't crown it.
we'll see how this shakes out in the end. What is will 4 points be enough? I think so, Kaplane. I think you'll sneak in. Or you didn't play. I don't know who has 4 points. You just got to win one and try and get 5. That'll probably do it. Honda's win here will not guarantee he makes it, so Raven is really nerfing him right now by playing on. Honda really needs to work to try and finish this before 3:30 so that he can, before whatever it is, UTC 2030, so that he can start another game if he wants to give himself a best shot at making it. Does Honda have enough money to do 5 forums in a turn? That's probably a little steep. He was just at 15. Not a good look to be down by 12 and have the worst deck. I wonder if Honda realizes what Raven's doing to him, and if he's bothered by it.
Mean.
Yes, you are allowed to stop playing if you want stuff, but it means you get shamed by commentary. Mildly shamed.
It's fine.
Nothing too serious. But yeah, you're allowed to stop playing. I mean, the whole idea is that you can play as much or as little as you feel like for whatever reasons, even if those reasons are cowardice.
Or just...
All we can do is just hope that somehow the other people play 2 games real quick and win. That's fine too. They both start with C. Basically the same thing.
Cookies are fine if you bring some
Yeah,
for
you
us.
gotta share. Just kind of wave them in front of the monitor and see if anything goes through the ether.
Can he get to 20 points? No, 20 coins, no. Could he have gotten it somehow?
I don't know. Poor Honda. Honda, if Raven plays his turn at a reasonable pace, Honda will be able to start another game. But if Raven doesn't, then... he's getting out.
That's fine.
Okay, all right. I mean, Honda couldn't really reasonably expect to get more than one other game, so this is fine. This doesn't really hurt him. He didn't have a shot at getting 2 unless Raven resigned way early. Who do we have besides Honda? That
Dan Brooks is at the top at the moment and still.
who do we have?
Dan Brooks will win the whole thing. 2 years of abstinence from Dominion, but
I don't
Still
expect that he was entirely chaste during that period of time.
Oh. Almost abstinence from competitive
suspect
Dominion.
he dabbled.
Well, at least from competitive Dominion, you know.
Yeah. Well, this is a far cry from the way people tend to play in the tournaments. Well, some people play like this all the time.
And what's the next one?
Yeah, what can we watch at the end? I don't know who's playing that still. Uh-oh, Dan went down. Dan's
Dan
no longer in the top
Ravenoid
4.
needs to win the last thing.
Needs to win. Let's watch it. There no
It could take forever.
Even if he wins, no guarantee.
Okay, another
But
peasant
it
thing.
gives him a shot, depending on what the others do. Steph looks pretty safe at this point, unless there are a bunch of results. Unless there are a bunch of results which are unreported, Steph is good to go as far as advancing. Uh-oh. Steph's an honorable... Okay, so apparently there's an unrecorded loss. I mean, Steph still looks good for making it in, but... Also, bear in mind that it's not in the standings, and also it was not... Steph's right, it was not reported. But bear in mind that the published version does lag by 5 minutes. Or up to 5 minutes. Alright, they got a peasant, temple, raven, temple missed.
Which means Dan Brooks' temple also missed.
Dan Brooks'
No,
temple didn't miss.
he did it.
He
He
played it
didn't
turn
make it.
3.
Ah, that means he wins. GG. So do we just drive? Looks like temple leads you to just getting all those pro divers and then putting plus card on it.
Yeah.
It's hard to have more than 2 or 3 after a temple play.
Haka's second place streak is going to come to a close today. But it was a good run while it lasted. Marcus would be proud.
Can Haka not make it still?
No. Well, I don't think so.
23 if some others lose.
Maybe with the perfect storm. But I'm going to say it's unlikely. All right.
So, time's up.
Time's up.
I was just offering Haka to play with me. But no, time's up. Too bad. Not like Haka would have won that one. Or maybe it wouldn't have been fair. I would probably just have played Speed Dominion. Blitz. Okay, at what point will we take temple points?
They don't really matter, do they? Ever?
They could matter.
I mean, of course, there's like, yeah, it's not impossible for them to matter, but I wouldn't go out of my way to do it.
Raven has his teacher, and then Traveler seems to have missed a couple shuffles, or something happens still at Fugitive. What is so weird about the pile counts? It's just hard to hit fives with Temple. It's the thing.
Yeah.
And then you don't
You're
want more silver,
it's like
so you
if
buy
you're-
another Pearl Diver.
It's like if your soldier happens to go and show up in the copper hand, you get one. Though hopefully the one you get may enable another one, but
Did buy silver. Okay. But this looks pretty good now for Raven.
that's true about the temple opening.
a bunch of curses now.
Yeah, it looks
I
good
think
for
it looks good for Raven, actually.
you don't like
although
this
he
turn.
just got
You don't
3
like this turn
curses.
from Dan. I don't
Yeah, I
know
like
what
this turn.
I don't know what Raven has going on particularly. I guess he's got a teacher down. Is what he has.
Maybe the thing is, teacher isn't that great.
Yeah, I don't know.
He also has a disciple. He can disciple a temple to clean up.
Oh, that's sad that was really sad that the disciple didn't show up in time. Hey, someone's gonna take those temple points.
Nice, and 2 more Pearl Divers. Or just another peasant. Okay.
It's really bad for Dan.
Mm-hmm. All those horns. Wasted.
Can gain some silvers. This is too many
That's-
peasants. Those
that's
peasants
what
aren't even
happens.
that good, right?
Probably
I-
the game probably won't take long enough.
I don't know. Maybe they're okay. I don't know if you want them though.
I wonder why you disciple the Pearl Diver at that point. Like discipling Market is better.
I assume he had already drawn. He wasn't like stuck on draw, right? Was it his last Pearl Diver in hand when he did it?
Where's the action actually? Didn't he have 2 actions left? Where did that went? Oh, he played teacher again. Never mind.
Now the curses are going to become a liability, though, for Dan, against Dan, because the pile lowering isn't really going to work out in his favor, I don't think. Because Raven's going to trash him. This is probably going to, well, it's hard to say for sure, but it definitely looks like Raven could close this out. And
Uptake the peasant. Then. Did Raven buy a horn? Okay, yeah, good. At least he has 1 horn now.
could Raven empty peasants and curses?
No.
Are you sure?
Where does he get the buys from?
Well, he's got a teacher on the mat. So,
And what does he put the token on?
peasant.
Peasant?
Yeah.
Another buy on peasant.
I guess he doesn't have the actions. That's his problem.
Only has one disciple for actions then.
He can put. I mean, otherwise you're putting something on market.
Yeah,
I
plus
guess he
action
probably can't finish. There was an exchange as well. Okay, so not pile, but why is he?
Again, discipling
The disciples
first
on the
Pearl Diver.
first Pearl Diver is not good. Because
At least wait until it's the last one
Yeah.
in hand.
You really want to hit the market. You're overdrawing. Yeah, that's pretty rough to do that way.
And it might be another dot for Dan. Depending what this Pearl Diver draws.
Dan realizes his situation. The pressure on him is incredible. But he duds yet again. He doesn't
Scavenger
have,
on top deck Bazaar.
he doesn't have enough bazaars or something. They were talking about he did some play order thing wrong on his last turn that goofed him. They were talking about.
I prefer a teacher and a disciple to just a disciple. No, I totally want a teacher here, actually. The question is when. It's
You can win either way. You can win with two disciples. You can win with a teacher and disciple. Yeah, just Raven not gaining any cards off his disciple is so sad repeatedly.
It's just a throne room in his mind.
I mean, he could be getting, like, he could have added Bazaar last turn too, and it's sad. He doesn't need the draw from the Pearl Divers. Apos says there's a win. I'm assuming that's what that means. I don't really know. Oh, one buy off win. Okay. It was part of another sentence.
It's a win if you disciple a market, I guess.
He says one buy off. You'd also have the actions to play all your terminals. I didn't count it, Psycho, so I was just reading.
Dan is about to also disciple a Pearl Diver. Six games.
Lowering is, I don't know.
Probably fine if you also score a bit. Probably also get a province and then. Don't think even a full turn of Dan is good enough to empty and win.
I mean, if you just pick up a couple markets. Well, the peasant line, you run out of actions, I guess. Tracer is ready to play. Now Dan, how many horns does Dan have?
3-ish.
Dan might win here, right? Maybe he doesn't have the buys.
He only gets 2 curses out. Could scavenger for another thing.
Doesn't Dan have a third witch?
Did Raven not? Yeah, not in hand at the moment, but he top decks a third one. Oh, 2 more horns, so he has 4 horns. Kind of a throw here to not buy a province from Raven.
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna do it for Dan.
It's not just a tie. And also just play the peasant, buy something, then it's easily not a tie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. He can get like 4 points ahead or something like that. I mean, more than 4 even, because he can take 2 provinces. Yeah, that was Raven's game to lose there. But Dan pulls out. I don't know if it'll be enough to get him into the top or not yet. I don't know what outstanding games there are.
Looks like even a province wasn't enough. Should just not have lowered it like that. Congrats on Final Four.
Dan play the most games. He did. He beat. Well, Amo's still playing Haka, right? So they're gonna tie. I think.
Most games
Amo is
RTT.
always-
Oh, because I said not fast enough.
Amo and Haka. Amo's gonna tie him. So let me look at the. Well, Dan hasn't reported his result yet, but if Cyrix and Swordfish, Trumbo, and Honda aren't playing,
Well, Solivora dropped kinda low. After being 5-0, he lost 3 games. That's sad.
Dan hasn't reported his. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. So
Oh, Johanna got another loss.
right now there's a tie.
Just 6 games.
Right now we have a tie, so we may need. Do they have a head-to-head? They don't have a head-to-head.
Is any of them playing now?
Cyrix and Swordfish may need a playoff. Quick playoff. Blitz playoff. Honda made it look like he was going to.
Didn't you
Yeah,
say
that-
coin flip for ties?
Did I say that? Let me look at what the rules say. Okay, ties to break in the top 4 will be 1 decided by most games played, 2 head-to-head if available, a 1-game match as fast as possible. All right. I'm gonna make them do it. It's gonna extend the playoffs a little bit, but Cyrix and Swordfish Trombone, if you're listening, are they listening? There's too many people in here.
No, not listening.
I didn't at Cyrix. I always mess that up. Okay. Assuming nothing else is still needing to be reported. Okay. So we're going to have Steph versus Swordfish Trombone and Warfrat versus Dan Brooks. Higher seed goes first. So, okay.
That was the quickest match ever.
Well, Haka now just reported something. Gosh dang it. We'll wait for Haka.
What did he?
We'll wait for Haka to come back. Haka probably. Let's look at this. What do we have? Furkle versus Haka. That's all I have. How could that have boosted him to the top? Okay. Never mind. My list was just okay.
Also, if anything, Haka just lost the last game.
Yeah, I see that now. I was just looking at one version and it had him at 23. I just need to. Okay, the live thing seems to be. We'll see what they say in chat. All right. No change to the pairings. I think Dan was taking a hopefully not too long of a break. Or are they already going? No. Okay. Well, whatever. We'll watch Steph and Swordfish Trombone, since they seem to be on top of things. All right. I guess we should try and watch whoever we think will be quicker. And then we can catch the end of both of them. It's hard to say, though. We'll just watch Steph Swordfish Trombone. He is normally.
Get Cyrix here. Swordfish isn't here.
He's probably just getting a drink or, using the facilities.
After 2.5 hours of pure Dominion.
All right, get that spec chat off, people. And Steph gets to go first. Well, I was gonna type that, but now it's gone.
I don't think it matters much who goes first.
No, but I just did it to reward the people who did a little better.
Go, go, go. Dan is probably already finished.
We ended with quite a strong top four as far as reputation, at the least.
Yeah. Who did you think will do it?
Two of the all-time greats, in my opinion. I think in
Who do you
most
think will win?
people's opinion. Who do I think will win? I don't know. Swordfish Trombone.
Okay.
Beats
So
me.
two of the all-time
Beats me.
two of the all-time greatest, and then also Steph and Dan Brooks. Yeah, that's a pretty
Yes.
great lineup there.
I wish I had made that joke, Amo, but you did it so well. Yeah, someone can spec play by play into the other one with the alt. Lemon's providing us some commentary. All right, here we go. Got a trashing draw, everything you could want. Trashing draw gains.
Exile.
Cavalry. Peddler.
Alt VP.
Sort of.
Peddlers.
Oh, Pixie. We got that trashing right off the start.
Bargain for Sanctuary.
Steph bargains for a counterfeit. I'm not experienced with the bargaining yet to know kind of what the trade-offs look like. I think I bought it the other day, but I don't really remember.
I like counterfeit. I'm bargaining for it.
Who is CR Lundy playing? We may have.
He's not allowed. Not allowed to play a game.
I may have committed a grave.
Uh-oh.
Okay. No, that's fine.
If you can't finish your last game within 20 minutes, then I mean, how long are we supposed to wait?
The other game is apparently just a Silk Road's Rush, so it's going to be done in a moment. Who do you estimate is winning it, Lemon?
And it's just Silk Road. Or Silk Merchant.
It's Silk Roads. It's not Silk Merchant.
Okay, well, looks like Swordfish just got the Sea's gift. to Basilica VP.
Or Steph's taking a gold. Oh man, that's a classic Honda. I love it. I wish I was there to see it myself. I'll just have to
I
imagine
think I think Dan is going to think. Scraps the cavalry, nice.
Oh, you can displace peddlers. That's fun.
And then rebuy them for 0.
Yep.
Nice. If there's peddlers left. Ooh. Probably don't even take it.
I mean, I would have thought about it.
Ah, he thought about it and then he chose to not do it.
What are the sound effects going on?
All right. I'll turn that back off.
Are we in moderated stream chat? Where do I need to go to?
I mean, whoever it was is muted now. Because everyone is muted.
Yeah. Oh, it was Lemon. I need to make a Mixinoc only stream chat channel.
Private call with Dombot.
I mean, yeah, we could do it radio style, but we're already doing a terrible job of commentating this game, so.
Twitch exclusives. We need more Twitch exclusives, everyone. Okay, peddlers at 0, 4 buys. Great. All the Basilica VP on Swordfish. The 12 VP is quite a big lead here.
That's good stuff for not Steph. Well, you don't need a subscription to watch both. You just make an alt. Lots of people have spec alts to get their multi-match fixes on. All the Basilica points. Just
Ooh, Earth's Gift for 2 cavalries. Doesn't seem too bad. Sniffy, okay, fine.
now
Yeah,
Steph's
I'm
going to
not
be
gonna-
able to buy a bunch of peddlers one turn after they were worth 2 points.
I like my peddlers being Emporiums,
Yeah.
but also he just has 3 actions in play, so still costs 2.
He can, I guess you go for getting another cavalry.
Mm.
And which takes the trash away, so maybe not. I don't know. Wasn't a friendly draw to him on the reshuffle. Needed to find that smithy. Yeah, he's going for the cavalry. Which I think you just have to. I mean, you gotta get some peddlers probably, so.
It's more horses.
Yeah, and you get to play another cavalry anyway.
5 peddlers. Wouldn't even have gotten Basilica VP, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
just 1 coin.
On his shuffle. The rough thing is for Steph, of course, is that the piles are super low too. You can just keep buying the cavalries.
Whoa, Dan got another duchy. Oh no.
They made it. I thought that game was going to end real fast, but it didn't end up. Why play?
Yeah.
This is bad play order. He should have saved that pixie.
How? If he just drew it.
he shouldn't have played it. He should have played the scrap first, so he could draw whatever he gains, gain a silver off this or something.
But maybe Pixie gains you something you want to draw.
That's possible.
I mean, it also was Mountain's Gift, which is like the only thing that gains you stuff you want to draw.
He didn't take it anyway.
Okay, get a Peddler, get a Displace, huh?
Might take a Snowy and a Displace. I mean, maybe, I don't know if you have to have... This looks
Or
good. I
that.
mean, yeah. This looks
Mm-hmm.
better. To do some cavalry stuff.
That's another trash into.
Maybe
Two horses.
Snowy Peddler now.
Yeah. That or Pixie Peddler. Doesn't really need the actions.
He can
I guess now he
use
has.
them. Maybe not. Maybe you do
It's mostly
Pixie.
another buy.
Yeah.
If you want to play with Displace later,
Is there a later?
there might be. Although you can
Steph
pretty
has
easily
to score a
get
lot
cavalry.
right now. I guess.
If your Pixie, if another Pixie hits Earth's Gift, that could just be game.
Yeah. All right, so Wharf Rat has advanced over Dan, but
Ooh.
GG's to Dan. Thanks for coming out and playing.
Played too fast.
Can Dan? Steph probably shouldn't have played. Well, the
Is he thinking about winning? No. Probably more about how to not lose.
Steph, I'm sure, is looking for cavalry tricks, but it's tough that he played all the peddlers. I mean, he can't get like Displace plus cavalry and still do a play on peddler. So
Could just play a slick gold and buy another gold, but probably doesn't have enough money. This plays Smithy.
buys another Displace, yeah. He's
Like if you want to win, that's the way.
yeah, probably.
Do it.
It's scary though. I mean, it's scary if Swordfish Trombone's looking for finishes anyway. I don't know if he's
Gets Earths and Forest.
keeping it all in mind.
Well, that could help. It doesn't take it.
Didn't take it, yeah. Yeah, Field could have helped though. Maybe still buy short. Now it's just kind of hard to do if having played the Snowy. Steph's just gonna try and. Well, his hand isn't very good, to be honest.
Hmm.
I mean, he can single province easily, but it's going to be hard to do anything. Doesn't... Is there some... Like play pet? Yeah, you're probably right, Lemon. Play Peddler by Cavalry. I mean, Swordfish Trombone needs to get to displace. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could just rush down the piles without getting a displace. What Apo's saying, do province double pixie.
Yeah.
I don't like T-Mog at this point. Too slow.
If you could
I don't think you
buy
can,
it and play it with cavalry,
Yeah, if you do that, that's the only kind of nice thing.
but it's not guaranteed that you draw it now.
Province double pixie does seem reasonable to me.
Yeah, I don't see Steph getting 3 provinces from this hand.
And so then you have quite a few boons.
Ooh. And now you have to buy another cavalry. No. Guess you can just province pixie, it's also fine.
Yeah.
Playing
Now, playing
that
that
horse.
horse was terrible.
I just wasted a horse.
Why does he say GG?
Is he resigning? What?
Why does he know he's ahead by...
Does he not sing it Pacific? What?
What?
What? No, don't do this.
Does he know he's ahead by 16 points? Steph is probably just trying to figure out.
I was like, do you resign now or do I have to play on? And it was just like a... Don't reveal the dots.
I hate being in these spots. The spot Steph is in.
Go ahead. Oh,
It's
man.
like...
Mean. Oh, that turn is good anyways. But still, even a full turn is not... Probably not doing... Guarantee, at least not guaranteeing a win.
Swordfish Trombone must be just like completely oblivious to his 12 VP chips. There's no way Steph's gonna score triple province.
I think he can score triple maybe, but
Not and empty.
not... And that not, no.
He cannot possibly do that. So getting ahead in points is... What is he? I'm gonna die if Swordfish Trombone resigns like halfway through this turn. I'm not gonna be able to handle that.
It's really hard to do stuff in the Snowy Village. It's all you have for actions.
I don't believe it, Titan Drake. But if it's there, I'll be impressed. If it's there and he finds it. But I don't believe it.
It doesn't even displace a peddler. Place cavalry into gold.
Triple isn't winning though. I mean, yeah, it gives you the points, but so now he has to displace one of the cavalries into gold or something. I don't.
No, this will not do it.
Now he'll get the gold, but he can't.
Also made it terribly easy to pile out. GG. This is so bad manners.
That's not what he meant by it. I think he's just
Oh,
absolutely
he
confused.
wasn't meaning it honestly, but
No. I think no. He wasn't being sarcastic. He's just confused.
Mhm.
It wasn't like he was saying GG sarcastically.
no, I don't. He was honest with it.
He's just
That's
like doesn't understand what the game state is as far as who has the actual winning position.
But it would kind of tilt me if I was in Steph's position.
It would just be baffling, which is obnoxious for sure. But it would be like, I wouldn't be offended. I would just be like, I'm sure it's just a point confusion, or that's my guess anyway. I mean, you can play one if you want, Dan. Dan can't hear me, but anyway.
Oh yeah, the two all-time favorites made it to the finals.
All right. SFT and Orfrat ready to rumble in the finals. All right, let's congrats to SFT. It's okay to click a little bit more. We don't need to. Anyway. So Orfrat should get to go first here. They're probably gonna have to make a new table because apparently there's a way to do it, but people don't usually know how, and I don't even know how. I've just been told there's a way to do the player order thing so that it works. Yeah, that's what Single T is saying here is how you do it, but what people try to do naturally doesn't work.
Oh, Dan got bitten.
And
I hope it
this
didn't
gotta
hurt too much.
It's gotta hurt.
Twilight Zone.
Orfrat doesn't even have a color right now, of course, but Swordfish still has his. Does Warfrat know how to do it so he can tell him? I guess I could add him. Try that.
I mean, clicking on random and declicking it again would be the first thing I try.
Oh, they just did new table. Okay, that's fine. All right. This is it for all the marbles. I mean, it's a lot of marbles, Amos, so you're going to really be kicking yourself when you see the jar.
Prizes you get to do.
You join the Hall of Champions
Mm-hmm.
with
And then you
such
get to do-
with such incredible elites as
What are they
Tracer
called again?
and RTT. You can, I mean, I guess to continue the tradition, if you want, you can commentate next week's Quarantine Cup with me.
Ambassador.
To keep up the want to ban Ambassador. I love Ambassador.
Especially if you had the 5-2.
I mean, if my
I mean, there's a ban list now. You gotta use it if you hate Ambassador so much. One of the players didn't even use their ban
I mean,
list.
Honda is right. It's not great for this format. Though in the championship, it's fine.
Yeah, like for the first time, for the normal games, you need to release cultist and stuff from your ban list.
Right? Yeah. You want those cultist games. Really, you should just want almost. I mean, every time I look at dislikes and ban lists, I just think, oh, it's all these fun cards. For the most part.
What?
Oh well.
Cultist.
Oh well. I mean, Swindler's great. Cultist, I like Cultist. I like Rebuild. I don't know why someone banned Crop Rotation
I don't know why someone
or
it's
dislike
not
Crop
dislike
Rotation.
disliked Rebuild.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but
Yeah, it's like disliking Counting House, disliking Rebuild. It's basically the same. Low impact cards.
right. I get I like people who ban duds. That I can get behind. But anyway, it's just me complaining.
This game. What is going on in this game?
Who knows? Looks like we had Transmog Ambassador
Go
openings, which looks pretty reasonable to me. Both players got to play their T-Mog on turn 3, which is fortunate for them.
Yeah. But the Ambassador of Swordfish missed.
I like
So he probably gets one here.
2 Furkle. I like it just fine. Alright, so yeah. Just gain another copper and mint. He did it.
Ooh, trash the silver.
He did it. It's the same thing. Just, I think maybe, I don't know which way is higher style.
Could also have gotten a candlestick maker and kept that if you wanted.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
already has one though.
I think I prefer the trash additional. I'm glad Titan Drake and Cyrix supported my plan then. I would definitely include Cyrix on the style point panel when I create it. I mean, just look at his avatar. Yep, he's gonna squirrel at mint. That's nice.
What else would he do?
Yeah, well, nothing, but it's still nice to get to do it, I guess.
Gain a copper.
You don't really want a lot of candlestick makers, so I would not buy one. I'm not sure I'd buy a silver, but maybe.
Or not a scrap.
Yeah, scrap. Yeah, scrap. I agree.
No, I don't think scrap is that great actually, but you could do it. .6 candlestick markers.
He cuts the top. He cuts the top off. He cuts down about to the guy's nose and then plays the rest. Warfrats.
Displays maybe.
Seems
It's a no.
It's a secret passage.
Secret.
Passage. Now that's in the class of cards that I wouldn't mind if people put on their bans or dislikes.
Just makes the game slow.
I wouldn't actually add them because you kind of want cards like that sometimes just for certain deck types, but the do nothing cantrips or do little cantrips are my least favorite Dominion cards.
Yeah, but then there's so many choices possible in Secret Passage, so it slows the game down.
Yeah. I mean, they're all like that though, like Harbinger, Pearl. I mean, all the clicky cantrips are they're my least favorite Dominion cards. But you need them because, like, otherwise Herald's garbage or Scribe Pool's garbage, or they do some little nice.
It would take a lot more for Scrying Pool to be garbage.
Yeah. But they help a lot. They're just like things to buy instead of silver, but
Man, Secret Passage is very great to set up Scrying Pools.
Warfrat has a lot of good treasure. Looks like. So I guess it looks like SFT does. Well, he's not as thin.
Yeah, Warfrat is thinner.
Does Warfrat have a gold? Is that his
No.
second gold or his first gold? Well, he has a lot of silvers.
It's
doesn't
first
he?
gold, I think.
Oh, he had 3. Okay.
Second mint for SFT.
Uh-oh. That's really believing in the T-Mog.
So, province time.
Sure.
Don't think there's much to build for Warfrat.
Yeah.
No, question was if
I guess with 9 he could go gold silver, but
question was if a coffer was better than Squirrel there.
yeah. Well, that's not clear.
I think I preferred the Squirrel.
Really, either player could win now. The displace, of course, is really nice. But some of it's going to come down to T-Mog options.
Okay, Ambassador into T-Mog.
I wonder if he'll displace and buy gold, or if he'll just buy province and squirrel the displace. Probably you just squirrel the displace, right?
Only this turn would have been much better if he squirreled last turn. He could have
Oh, he
maybe
played a
just.
passage, hid the guy. Yeah.
So you want to displace the province next turn? Or what? Ooh.
Dueling? Yeah. Warfrat looks like he's just going to have better options of piling out at the end.
Hmm.
But it's going to be somewhat...
SFT has the 3 golds, right?
Yeah. It's going to be somewhat on the hands for the T-Mogs, of course.
Both have 1 T-Mog on the mat now. Might just want to squirrel here and buy a province. Nah. It's probably better to displace province into gold.
May want those points.
Oh, it's a duchy, okay. Okay. Gold gives more options for displays later, but points now are nice.
This is kind of tough for... I mean, Swordfish... I guess it makes it easier that he scored points, because Swordfish really needs to just take the... take the provinces now.
Okay, do mint into displays.
He call in T-Mog. That was weird to me.
Warfred did the same 2 turns ago.
Yeah, but
Squirrel that and buy the province.
so does Warf...
This duchy estate really doesn't help.
Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It really needed
It
to.
really doesn't help. Can Warfrat more?
Transmog. Transmog into displays. Could, of course, mill and hope to draw.
Yeah. He doesn't have to mill, is the thing, I guess. Is there any world where... Because there's not... Well, is there a world where Swordfish Trombone can double?
Yeah. Transmog. Dutch. No, but. Double without milling, huh? Ooh. Well, now. Two transmogs down now makes it very likely.
Does
That he wins.
Swordfish Trombone have $16? I mean, Swordfish Trombone just should go for it, right? He should mill a province and try to get to 16.
He has 3 goals in the deck. That's 9. And scrap a horse, but scrap a duchy.
Because he can afford to scrap the duchy.
Can he?
Yeah.
No.
So
Oh, he's at 13, 12. Yeah, sure.
I
And then he will draw the estate. Oh, he needs the estate after all for that to work.
I mean,
Or we could end
I
in a
think
tie.
that's his only way. I mean, we know it's his only way given Swordfish his hand, but he's going for it.
Goes for it. Okay.
Nope, didn't happen.
Well, still can scrap the duchy.
There's not like more draw though. There's not like another horse or anything in there. You needed. I don't even know if it worked if there were 2 golds on top.
2 golds maybe would have done it exactly, but nothing else. Eight gold, gold, and transmog. It's the last 4 cards.
Is he gonna resign? I'm gonna tell him next week he can play, but he needs to resign if he's gonna type GG in the chat.
Yeah, second time now. Well, it's just so mean.
It's not mean. It's just
I really think it's annoying when people do that.
yeah, but it's not. There's no malice. I don't believe. So I'm not gonna call him mean. It's just sort of annoying. The thing with the Steph situation was it was just so baffling because he was like in a like a almost impossible to lose position. This one was like he actually was lost.
Mm.
The Steph one was he was 100% won and didn't and was saying GG like that. Don't worry.
Congrats to
Don't
Wilfred.
worry about it, JP. There's all this dumb internet etiquette involving what you can and can't say in chat, but don't worry about it. Anyone who takes it seriously takes themselves too seriously.
Filthy min-maxers.
So, congrats to Orfrat, and congrats to Swordfish Trombone on second, and Steph and Dan on third. So, thank you all for watching again, and thank you yet again to everyone who showed up and played. It doesn't work unless we get enough people out here, so I really appreciate it. And thank you very much for joining me this week, RTT.
Thanks for organizing.
So,
Goodbye.
see ya.